Awesome. How you doing? How is the day coming along? How is life? All right. So we're gonna finish off the 6 stars, get the 4 stars done. See maybe a bit of the 3 stars as well. But let's get this party started, shall we? Yes, indeed. Good long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. Been a couple days. What have you been up to? Ooh, item use. Ah, that could be good for tomorrow. Mutant Arena battle, so we're gonna get some of that done. Hero use is going. After hero use, we've got level up. Excellent. Monsieur Spidey, how you doing? How are you doing? Okay, so let's get in here and get these 6 stars done. Billy D, how was it? How is the day? I got my tea. I got my water. I'm ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. Have you seen the new 6-star crystal? Yes, I have. And I saw it once, and that's enough. I don't think I need to see it anymore. I wasn't intending to go for any of the new 6-star features, but after seeing what was in there yesterday, I was like, yeah, no. Nope. Kyle, shh. It's a surprise. Well, not really a surprise, but new features kind of lame. Yeah, there are definitely some good champions in there, but the issue. It's funny because they specifically said a while back that they wanted to make it so that features were less of a miss for people. This is a miss. There's definitely a few good champions in there. I think Immortal Abomination is going to be the main enticing champion for people. There's a few I wouldn't mind, but I don't want them enough to spend an extra 5,000 shards on. I would really like to get Hood duped, but he's in the basic pool. So, I mean, there's the opportunity from that of getting him. So, definitely not going to spend extra units on somebody that's in the basic that I don't, really need. or really, really want. Exclusives can be duds, by the way. Yeah. AC Bongos, how you doing? How's the day coming along? So I wasn't unhappy with my 6-star opening yesterday. I was there was only one thing that annoyed me. And it was just missing out. It wasn't missing Nick Fury. It was that I had back-to-back Nick Furies and then missed him. That's what was annoying. Have school in 6 minutes. Go learn some stuff. Excellent. But yeah, the back-to-back misses on Nick it hurt my soul. It hurt my soul. But I got some good pulls, and I mean, I've been complaining about my mutant 6-star roster for quite a while. I didn't get who I would have wanted for the mutant 6-stars, but I got some good mutant 6-stars. But anyway, so I was Squashy, how you doing? I was watching some other 6-star openings, and after watching the other ones, I'm like, yeah, I have to be happy with what I got yesterday. So yeah. And then I was messing around with some of the 6-stars.
We got him.
The dude is here. Well. How you doing, Mr. Dude? Yeah, I was playing around with some of the 6-stars yesterday, and I'm liking them. I am liking them. So. I'm going to have a few videos. It's going to be a little while until they're uploaded, though. But, oh, hey, a new MCOC streamer on Twitch. I know. How exciting. I'm still really surprised at how few MCOC streamers there are on Twitch. Considering there's so many on YouTube. Holy cow. And, I mean, I don't know. I've been looking to see... or to find streamers on Twitch for MCOC, just so that I have others that I can raid or converse with or whatever, right? And yeah, very few, and I'm assuming that most of them that I'm finding have been doing it for a while. I found a lot that aren't English speaking, which is great, but well, maybe they speak English, but like their streams aren't in English. So I don't know if I would be interacting with them much. Mr. Relentless, how you doing? How's the day coming along? Finally pulled the CGR. Ooh, learning that rotation is fun. Yeah, dude. He's a lot of fun regardless. But I think what I really like about him is that it changes how you play him depending on what you want to do. Like if you want power fast, you play him differently. If you want the vigilance right away, so on and so forth. So yeah, I really enjoy that. And I absolutely love farming with him. Oh my lord. What arena am I in? I am finishing off the 5-star feature. So I go for about 23 million points. I used to be going for about 22 and a half to get the extra 5,000 5-star shards. But that cutoff for those extra shards has slowly been going up, and I want to stay ahead of the cutoff. So now I aim for about 23. You just gotta follow the flow. Yeah. There's a bunch of streamers on Twitch that do MCOC. Yeah, so like I found a few. Lord Shadow, he does YouTube and Twitch. He does the restream thing, which is what I'm trying out. Jay Silver. Rich the Man. I think Rich only streams on Twitch now. He's still doing videos for YouTube. But yeah, I found a few. But I mean, if you look on YouTube for MCOC Live or whatever, you find like so many. Yeah, both Lord Shadow and Jay are pretty chill. I used to watch Jay when he was at about, I think around 250 subs on YouTube. And then I stopped watching MCOC YouTube in general for quite a while. I have to get ready for school. All right, AC, have a good one. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. I'd like a Magneto still. I would too, but now that I just picked up 3 solid mutants, because before it was going to be really easy. If I got any mutants, well, okay, it's going to be not too hard to figure out who I'm going to rank. But now that I've got a few choices, I have to put a little bit more thought into it. I almost got Nick Fury, but X-23, yeah, dude. And X-23, I'm happy with. The only issue is that it was if it had just been missing Nick once, it would have been. I would have still rathered Nick for the Awakening. So if I had just missed him once, it wouldn't have been so painful. But missing him back to back, ugh, that's what hurt. I think I saw you around on Jay's Twitch stream. Yeah, it was yesterday or the day before. He's a nice guy once you know him. Don't tell you know him, he's not a nice guy. I did not deserve the rollover, Spidey. RTM, Joker, J-Rock, Shadow, Beezy. Oh, Beezy? Okay. Dead, many more. Yeah. I don't know if on Twitch, like, you only find them while they're live, or, like, but yeah, the couple times I've looked, at least, like, just under MCOC, it's usually, well, yeah, I've seen Joker, seen Jay, like, when I searched. But yeah, I don't find very many. Yeah, that's what I've done, and I don't find that many. I mean, I probably haven't looked that hard either. Dash, how you doing? Get my 6-star in 4 hours. Ooh boy, oh boy. Are you on my Discord, Dash? Because if you are, you should drop a screenshot of who you get. Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny. Yesterday. So prior to opening the 6-stars, like, I wasn't thinking about it or anything. Like, didn't really. Obviously, I wanted, good champions or whatever, but I wasn't too concerned about it. But I think after, might have been the very first one I put in the spinner or the second, I started getting nervous, and I'm like, what the hell? 5 now streaming MCOC at this moment on Twitch. Okay. There's this guy named Mo that I know. I think he streams MCOC. So, so when I'm saying this about the MCOC Twitch stuff, like, for the most, like, I found some who do MCOC, but they also do other things. And for the most part, I'm just trying to find people who only do MCOC, which I realize is not, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing more than just one. It's just that I figure if people are watching me doing MCOC, if we're going to raid somebody, they would probably want to go to MCOC afterward. So that's kind of why same thing for YouTube. So, like, if somebody does a lot of MCOC but other things as well, I'd be less likely to raid them if they're doing something else. If they're doing MCOC, then yeah. Where do I live? I live in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. And it is, it's not cold out, but it's a little bit cool. All our snow was gone a few days ago, and then 2 nights ago, we had a big snowfall, and well, all the snow came back. Kabam support is stupid. I don't think they're stupid. I think that, which, fair enough. I think the people in support, they're not familiar with the product that they're supporting. And they're just going off of scripts. So if a thing comes along that's outside of the script, they just aren't able to respond very well. So I wouldn't necessarily blame the individuals that are on the support side. I'd say it's more so bad training. But I think I've submitted probably 3 things to support, and one of them I pretty much knew I wouldn't get help, but I was like, well, why not ask? But I think the other 2 things they were able to assist with, so. What was it? There was one time when we still had to do donations for AQ. I don't remember what the hell was it. It was I donate to. Oh, I think that's what it was. I went to donate battle chips, but I accidentally donated loyalty, and so I submitted a ticket to reverse it, which they were able to do. So. I mean, how are you going to say 3 ISO is worth 1K unit? But that's what I'm saying. I don't think that, like, if you don't know, right? Because they took 1K out of a person's account out of nowhere for no reason. Yeah, okay, so you're talking about the ILAC video, but I mean, that's a video that somebody made out of somebody else's information, right? So, I mean, yeah, it is absolutely possible that, there was a problem, but it's also absolutely possible that the information up front isn't accurate, right? So, who knows? Her nerves. I mean, there's nothing to say. But yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's probably just poor training or just unknowledgeable about the product that they're providing support for. Because, yeah, somebody who plays the game, yeah. Because I was going to say, you could absolutely play the game and not know those kind of things. But if you play the game just kind of like in passing, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily be that versed in certain things. Bots behind the screen, I think part of it is just getting paid. Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, it's a relatively, no, I wouldn't say easy job, but it's not critical, right? Like somebody on support for an internet company, a little bit more important, especially now, like people, if they're working from home, well, they rely on their internet for connectivity, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But a video game, I mean, yeah, you spend money on it and you want to get the most out of your money for sure, but it's not gonna really impact somebody's day. But regardless, if you're providing support for whatever a product is, it's to the company to make sure that you're informed on that product, to provide adequate support. So you must live in, like, I don't know, somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere? Don't think you live in Europe? No, I said in Canada, in Western Canada. I think Montana would be... I don't know if we border just one. No, we border a couple states, but Montana would be one of them. I don't know if we border Washington. I know British Columbia borders Washington, but because actually driving from Vancouver to Seattle is not a long drive. It's like 2.5 hours, maybe. And then depending on the border crossing, maybe 3. Mr. Joe, what is a shakalaka? How did the call go? Let me see. Okay. Must be nice to live in a place with nice weather. By nights, I mean most of the snow. Yeah, I can't complain about it. The winters are definitely not the best time, but it's okay. Who am I looking for? Mods. Students registered for awesome classes. Well, no, looks like you're gonna hear the siren going on. But that's so annoying when ambulance or fire truck or anything with loud sirens. When they're going through residential areas, they're supposed to turn off their siren, but I don't know if they forget, just lazy, just don't, whatever. But they don't, and it's annoying. How's it going, bro? Yeah, it's going all right, Mr. AQ. How you doing? How's your day coming along? Oy, oy, oy. Oh, okay, yeah. You evaded that. Registering so late. Reschedule. Mark them down for points. Wow, Spidey. That's gonna be you in a couple years, dude. Your raid siren hurts my ears. Yeah, but that doesn't even necessarily happen every stream, so... Well, I mean, obviously the fire truck ambulance doesn't happen all the time either, but... Most of the time they turn it off once they're in the residential area, but sometimes they go by and they don't. Your R2 6-star mags, nice. Grinding for another 6-star. Alright. It's still early, they're fine. Well, Billy, I have another raid soundbite. So we'll rotate between the two. Okay, so we're gonna get to 23 million. I think 22.5 is still safe, but I do like the 5,000 5-star shards, so I will do a little extra to ensure that I keep getting them. Who am I looking for? Yes. But speaking of which, my brother is a firefighter and paramedic. Okay. Nice Immortal Hulk. Yeah. When I first pulled him, I was like, well, at least it's an arena champ. But I've been playing around with him a fair bit. I've taken him to R2, and I kind of like him. I've heard the 23 million is going to be the new normal soonish. Who told you that? Somebody lied to you, Briefcase Joe. Somebody lied. Yeah, no, I think, well, for the Odin grind, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 23. I don't think we'll go to 25. But I think, yeah, if you're looking for extra 5k shards during at least the next 3 days coming up, yeah, you're going to want to be going a little bit more than 23 million. You mean 23 million is too low during the Odin grind, Kyle, or in general? Holy crap, this Angela is taking quite a bit. Okay, there we go. She was not going away, was she? Are you going to open a Skill Cavalier Nexus? No. I think we'll be low for this grind. Yeah, I think between 23, 25 should be okay to get the extra 5k shards. No, I haven't been opening those. I'm not free to play. I do spend. I absolutely spend. I don't spend often. Yeah, and I realized that this is just around, well, initially just around this week, but no, I have not been picking these up. So. I saw that unduped Nick Fury. Jealous of that? Yeah. I almost got him awakened yesterday, but I missed him. And the missing them, like, that's one thing. But there were 2 in a row, and it looked like the second one it was going to stop on. I would have got him awakened. But no. No. So I run suicides like all the time. And he's definitely a great champion for sure. But he's not very good with suicides. And so because of that, I'm not that concerned. Like, if I get him duped, that's great. If I got a skill awakening gem, I'd use it on him. But outside of that, I'm not too concerned. Yeah. Almost what happened. It doesn't sound good. So you're on Twitch. There's a link on the Twitch to my YouTube, but if you don't do YouTube, that's fine. But yeah, no, there were 2 nicks back to back. It slowed down at the first one, and it looked like it stopped for the second one, but it went over to X23, which is okay. She's not a bad mutant champion, and I was playing around with her a little bit yesterday in ROL, and I mean, with
Ladies and gentlemen,
no ISO into
we
her,
got him.
and she was doing pretty decently. So yeah. Oh, Mr. Joe, you have joined on Twitch. Well. Welcome to the Twitch side of the stream. Does it seem any different? So there were 4 champions that I really wanted for my opening yesterday, and in total I had 6 crystals. One was a 6-star Nexus. So I got to see 8 6-stars. There were 4 champions I wanted. So even seeing one of them was pretty good. And if I had been able to pull one of the 4 that I wanted, that would have been great. But I mean, I got 3 pretty good mutants. I got Professor X, X23, and Archangel. So, and mutant, it was my weakest 6-star class. But that really changed yesterday. It's so much better here. Well, the beverages are a little better, I suppose. Yeah, so I have a 6-star generic awakening gem. So I mean, if for some reason I decided I wasn't going to use suicides anymore, and Nick Fury was going to be, like a primary attacker, then okay, I could awaken him. But the only champion that I would use that generic on would be Omega Red. Yeah, so I can't think of anybody else that if I were to pull, I would feel I need to have awakened right away. I do have Ghost, who I want to have awakened as well. So both Nick and Ghost are R3 sleeping, but I don't think I'll use the awakening gem on them. How many SIGs do I have? I have, let's take a look after this next arena match. But I have quite a few generic SIGs. I think I have 70 or 80. But mutant in particular, maybe 40. So I'd be able to get him over 100. And I'd be okay using most of them on him. Yeah, he's the only 6-star that I feel... He's the only 6-star that I would want.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
do want that
we got him.
Really would need it. Mr. AQ, welcome to the Twitch side. So quick look. Okay, so for mutant 6-star 6, so we got 50 singles and 2 5, so we got 60 in total. And then for the mutant, and then we've got 70 of the generic. So, and then the other one that I do need to use a little bit is for Captain America Infinity War. So we got, only 10. No, Only 2 of the science one. Oh, yeah. So I already put a bunch into Captain America. I barely use Twitch, but still hopped on Twitch. How much do you spend on this game? Currently, not very much. I used to spend a fair bit a few years ago. And then I stopped working 5 years ago. And after I stopped working, I still spent a little bit, but not as much as I used to when I was working. And about 2.5 years ago, I discovered Arena. And after that, I stopped spending. I went for about 14 months where I had the daily unit card all the time. And then last year, May or June, I stopped doing that. All right, AQ. I like the little icon at the bottom right of the screen. Yeah. So in the evenings, I usually have a webcam on, but if it's early and there's like a fair bit of glare from the sun, then I don't. But I figure, hey, everybody deserves this this beautiful face. So, be interesting to see tomorrow how many people are streaming, both on Twitch and YouTube. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of people streaming early tomorrow. But it seems like pretty much all of the YouTubers are going for Odin. I don't think anybody is actually going for him to play Odin. I think everybody who is going for him, myself included, I think are going just because of the synergies and the pre-fight. Which I feel that's where his value is anyways, so. So I think this is so messed up. And this isn't because it's just Doom. But see, like him hitting Electro, he takes very little damage. If I were playing Doom and I were hitting an Electro, I'd be at half health by the end of the fight. He's a vampire. Oh, Billy, I started watching The Stand TV series. It's okay. I don't find it as enticing as Snowpiercer, but it's not bad. Stephen King's, yeah. There was a series last year, and I think it finished airing like a month ago or so. I don't think it's something I would have checked out initially, and then just somebody, I think it was Joe. Somebody was saying that Joe was watching it, and so that's why I actually decided to give it a go. Mr. Big Blue, how you doing? How's the day coming along? Mm-hmm. Are you prepared for the Odin grind, Big Blue? I'm assuming you'll be hitting that up. Yeah, it's pretty good. Holy crap! So that lag or stuttering or stopping, that's not the stream. That's the game. Which I do have to say, that actually hasn't happened in a while.
We got him.
Ginger, what's going on? Oh, so you got a Twitch side too. Very good. I guess it makes sense, eh? You do YouTube, that you do Twitch. That you'd have a Twitch account. I only, like in the fall, was the first time I'd ever been on Twitch. Actually, the reason I got on, or made an account, was because there was somebody I was talking on Discord to, who streamed on Twitch for MCOC, Dragoon Knight. So if any of you are familiar with him, I don't think he's streamed in a while though. So we're gonna do one more go with the 6-star. Oh, you know what? Let me use some newbies, just because. And this will be the last match for the 6 stars, and we finish off the 4 stars. Hey, hey! Surprise, surprise! Aw, well, thank you, Mr. Ginger. Like, just signed up, like as in today or recently? Okay. Back to it. All right. Well, I guess that's what we'll have to do, right? Yeah. You know, it really serves me right, because yesterday when I was streaming, prior to opening the 6 stars, I was kind of bad-mouthing Archangel and Professor X. And then, well, hey, we get both of them as 6 stars. Mr. Parasite, how you doing? How goes it? So what I should have been doing, I should have been bad-mouthing Ghost, Nick Fury, Omega Red. I should have been talking shit about them. Boy. Boy. Oh, Kyle, you still there? Once I've done the 6 stars, I don't know if you guys are aware of the synergy with Mr. Sinister and Havoc, but it's actually pretty cool. It was something Kyle pointed out to me yesterday, and I was playing around with it for a bit, and yeah, I quite like it. I like it. I don't like this, though. I don't like how this is going at all. Why couldn't we have had Falter just like right there? Okay. Your Twitch link doesn't work for me. From the YouTube side? Parasite, what is shakalackin? Just waiting to get a bit of time to start Tribes of Europa, see if it's good. But Lock and Keys was good. Okay. My day's going okay. Can't complain. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, wait, I can get him down. Yeah. Dragoon Knight is my Hunch Puppy Ninja. He's a real cool knight. Yeah, he's pretty chill. 5 minutes ago, I signed up. I had to drop the U from my name there. Oh. The U? Okay, so that is done. So, let me just do this quickly and just show you what I was talking about with what, I don't think I'm in anything currently. Yeah, okay. So Mr. Sinister, if you hold heavy, he'll pause any debuffs on the opponent. So if you've got them stunned or they have a bleed, a poison, or whatever, it will pause their duration while you're holding your heavy. And while you're holding your heavy, you proc precision and cruelty on yourself. But he's got a synergy with Havoc that when you get a parry off, it will inflict a degen. So that's cool. So I thought, okay, so, every parry I'll get a degen. And I wasn't even thinking about the heavying part. But, let's throw him on. Okay. So I've got Nick and DPX just because. To get rid of the bleed initially and heal up a little. And we're going to initiate the, oh, no. Okay, it doesn't matter for this. But I don't really, the white mags isn't going to do much for him actually, so. But we'll use the beginning synergy just for the hell of it. Okay. So. Okay, so we do the parry, we see the degen. Now, do the parry, hold our heavy, so it pauses the stun and the degen. I mean, it's a slow way to go, but it's still kind of cool. So yeah, so I was messing around with that yesterday. I thought that was kind of neat. Okay, so over to the 4 stars. What we have going on here. The Hallett is done. Mutant Arena is almost done. Cool. So what are most of you guys up to? Knocking out arenas yourselves, or doing some event quests? Just checking out the internets. Let's do this. I'm going on through the toughest part in MCOC, Auto Fight Masters. But yeah, dude, I was trying to Auto Fight Masters yesterday, and it wasn't going well. I don't know if it was the chapter I was doing or what, but just was not going well at all. Mr. Big Blue, welcome to the Twitch side. Found you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm just browsing Reddit looking for a new victim to join my alliance. Okay. Do you find Reddit a good way for recruiting? Or a good place for recruiting? I haven't done any, I'm all over the place. I don't mind throwing follow and subs for support. So I was an officer in Alliance for a while. And, everybody kind of was involved with the recruiting, but when I would be doing any recruiting, usually I would there were line bots. I think they're probably still used. I haven't used line substantially in quite a while though, but yeah, that's usually where I did my recruiting, or from the forums. And I think the alliance I'm in currently, I think I found them from posting a thread on the forums like that I was looking. Or no, they wait. The hell did that work? Yeah, no, they had a post and I responded to them. So are your thumbs ready for tomorrow, Big Blue? There can be the odd good recruit on Reddit, but only the new guys, usually, as they do not bring bad habits to the alliance. I would assume that recruiting currently has got to be pretty difficult, actually, because it seems like a lot of long-time players are leaving, and people just in general are losing interest. Which the game's 5 years old, so 6 years old, so I can't blame people. Except boss fights. I auto fight even uncollected first 2 chapters, not bad. Just need to select right champs for the fights. Yeah. Actually took this arena off for real life things and for preparation for Odin. Yeah. Yeah, the Odin one is going to be interesting. I think, for me, I'm going for him just for the synergies, not to play him. For the synergies, and then because it's, it's going to be a relatively long grind, so a lot of YouTube time. Mr. Monster, how you doing? So I think a lot of the YouTubers who do Arena, a lot of the YouTubers, even if they don't stream Arena, will be streaming Arena because it's, it's going to garner views. Fair enough. So just out of that, it's going to generate hype. People are going to be watching. If you're around, you're doing Arena, you got somebody to watch, well, hey, why not, go as high as you can go. So I really think that he's going to go high because of that. I don't think... So I'm going to be aiming for, as high as I can go. But I'm thinking he's going to go for low to mid 60s. I don't think he's worth that kind of work. I think he's probably worth a low 50, maybe. Yeah, I think it's mainly hype and mainly the synergies or the pre-fight. What are you up to, Mr. Cookie Monster? What you got going down? Well, I have no idea how long it would take me to get through my 5-star, my 6 stars and all my 5 stars. I'm thinking maybe close to 3 hours. In which case, I'll be streaming twice a day for 3 hours. Although that's only going to be for 3 days, so. The hardest part of recruiting for me is nobody decent wants to do map 4. And our training BG is full, and we have no one ready to move up to our stronger BGs. Yeah. Yeah, and I think, the desire for the T5CC from AQ is growing, which obviously you're not getting that unless you're, one of the top, 150, 200 alliances. But if you're trying to get close to that, you've got to be doing map 7, really, but at least map 6 and pushing high prestige. But yeah, if you're doing map 4, that would be difficult to get competitive players. Okay. No, he's going to start... yeah, okay. I really like the alliance I'm in, actually. We do miss AQ sometimes, which annoys me. Not so much missing. Missing is okay, but I don't know if we're correcting the reasons why we're missing. That's what annoys me. But I really like it that we do 2 BGs of map 6 to day 4, and then the 3rd BG just does map 5 the entire time. Day 5, everybody does map 5. So I really like that. because it provides for the opportunity, if you want to do something a little bit more challenging, being map 6, it's there. But if you want something more laid back, you don't have to participate. You should. But you don't need all 10 people for map 5. So it allows for that opportunity. Also, we run only 2 BGs of war. So it's the same idea. If you don't want to do war, you don't absolutely have to. And what drew me to the Alliance is I don't want to do war, so I get to sit out. At the end of last season, we had somebody who I don't know if they left the Alliance or they just couldn't finish out the season for war. So I did three wars at the end of the season, which was fine. But yeah, I like that. So, and I could see even higher end alliances going to something like that. Like obviously not a Masters Alliance. I mean higher end. I mean like probably Plat 3, low Plat 4, or by low Plat 4 I mean like top 50. But I think in general, alliances just getting away from war. We're going to see more and more of. Until they buff the war rewards or substantially change the way it works. So I'll do a bit of the 3 stars after this probably, but I'll probably leave the majority of the 3-star nonsense until later on today. Watch another episode or 2 of The Stand while doing those. And then tomorrow, well, I'll just be in front of the computer the whole day. I think I'm going to start streaming about half an hour to 15 minutes early. And I open a bunch of those solo crystals, the ultimate ones. Because you get the 5 and 6-star arena boosts from there. And I'll definitely be using the 5-star. Well, I'll use the 6-star too. But I don't want to be doing refreshes. And I think for the 6-star arena boost, that's when you'd want to refresh. So we'll see. My highest character was just a 4-star Black Widow. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, depending where you are in the game, your most ranked up champion would change over time. Yeah. Power 5K. Is that like your base hero rating? I should have started off with a heavy. If I'd started off with a heavy, probably by the time I got it to 30%ish, I'd have been able to one-shot her. But I slacked a little bit. Your Black Widow was 5K. Ah, okay. She's still a pretty good champion, but back earlier in the game, she was pretty much the only champion who did what she does, so her value is a lot greater than it is now. Because there's other champions who do similar things to what she would do, who do more. So her value is diminished because of that. Mr. Showers, how you doing? How's your day coming along? Oy. How do I get more high star champions without completing story acts? Do you mean like how do you get 5 stars? Well, the story quests is one of your best ways. You get a lot of resources there. You could do the monthly event quest, get resources there, and then arena. That's the other way. Slept in, skipped 1 class, got 1 to go in an hour. Sleeping in, terrible. Terrible. Wait, so if my characters in 635 die and I revive them, does Mordo still reduce my champion's attack and ability accuracy? If your whole team is alive, you're good. But if one champion is dead... No, if you revive them, yes. You're back to full attack and ability accuracy. It only decreases it per knocked out champion. So for the most part, for that fight, you want to have one champion that you intend to use for him. And if you lose that one champion, you would just revive that one champion. Because if you try to use your entire team and use team revives, every champion that gets knocked out, their power is decreased. They should ask questions like that. The game is not for you. Is your YouTube name the same as your Twitch name? No. I think YouTube is just like one word, SolarFlare79, whereas Twitch is Solar_Flare79. But on the Twitch side, there is a link to the YouTube. To the YouTubes. There's a link on Twitch for YouTube and for Discord. So if you want, you can join the Discord as well. And the first room that you get in, you get to pick the roles that you're interested in. There's MCOC, StarCraft, World of Warcraft. If you wanted to watch TV shows or movies. If you pick the MCOC role, there's another set of roles that open up from there. So if you're interested in just Twitch content, there's a channel for that. If you're interested in YouTube content, there's a channel for that. I'm going to use my almighty 5-star Wicked Groot. I don't think Groot would be a good way to go for that Mordo. I found for that Mordo, wait, 635 or 625? Because you're talking about the Mordo boss that has, what is it, Strength in Numbers, I think it's called? If that's the one you're talking about, Void works well, Quake works well, Sim Supreme works well, but if it's a different Mordo, then I'm not sure. You're going to switch to YouTube? Alright. Alright. Can be overkill against Mordo. I wonder if whenever they buff him, I wonder if he'll become like the most OP champion. I think if they buff him, they really need to... Yeah, 625, yeah. If they do buff him, even though I didn't like that idea of that Groot mechanic that they had a while back, if they buff Groot, they need to give him that. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, for that 625 Mordo, the first and the second time I fought him, I mean, I knew the node was there, the strength in numbers. I knew how it worked. But I had a couple champions knocked out. And I went in to do the fight anyways. And I'm like, why am I doing so little damage? What's going on? And then I think it was like the third revive. I was like, oh, wait a second. So I am a bit slow sometimes. So I spent some. I had just over 12,000 units last night, and then I bought a few items from the featured store, and now we're just over 10k units, which I think that's going to drop a little bit further because when the Odin featured calves come out, I'm going to buy a couple of those. I don't know if I'm going to buy them all at once or if I'll just open one each stream I do. Maybe opening one a stream would be the way to go. What's going to really suck is if I were to open one Sunday morning and get a 5-star Odin after grinding 2 days. That would suck. I need a Quake or Magic. Power gain characters on the easy path keep blocking me from continuing. Power gain characters on the easy path. Are you talking for 625? So if you have somebody who's good for power control, well, the thing with that though too is that you have the gates, the class gates, which make it a little bit difficult. Yeah, Magic's pretty good. I don't know if she's as relevant as she used to be. Quake is definitely a good character. I don't use Quake. I'm not good with her. But, I mean, I still see her value. I did use her a couple times for that Mordo, for that 625 Mordo. I used Void initially. He got it done. It was just he was slow. And so, because he's slow, so the fight goes longer, so more likely that you screw up. Quake was pretty consistent and a little bit faster than Void, probably. So I preferred using her by the end of it. If I was better with her, I think that's who I would have considered right away. But because I'm not good with her, I don't consider her often. So. So Big Blue, if you're still there, what are you thinking you'll go for Odin? What are you planning to put up? I don't care. Magic is the best power control champ in my eyes. Yeah, once you get to her L2, you can lock them down pretty good. It's just a matter of getting to that first L2. Yeah, no, this is fine. You'll do 65? Okay. So can you do that without refreshing? Or would you need a refresh to get 65? Yeah, I can't see him going much higher than that, though. I believe even though hype is high, I don't see the cutoff going for much more over 55. Yeah. I think I've got my prediction for the arena at 68, just because I'm gonna put it at higher. I mean, I like there's not that many people that watch me anyways. But if somebody does, it's like, oh well, that's what he said, so that's what I'm gonna go for. I'd much rather have it higher, like a fair bit higher. They go for him and get him, as opposed to they go with what I'm saying and miss him. You can do 80 without refreshing. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. How many 6 stars do you have? I remember when Killmonger first came out, and I could not figure out his L2. Oh, he used to kick my ass all the time. So I had 72, and then I got 4. So I've got 76. You have 122? My lord, dude. That's crazy. Wait. How many? There's not... So you must have almost everybody as a 6 star then. Because there's what, like 170 champions in total. There's like, what, about 153 has 6 stars or something like that? So you must be able to get the 5K 5-star shards with what? Just 4 rounds of your 6 stars? With just 4 or like a little bit more than 3? Let's do because I think it takes me, if I do 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 1 on, it takes me 5 rounds of my 6 stars to get 23 million. And the 5th round, I don't do much at all. Jewel, how you doing? 5K with 3 rounds of 6 stars. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's not bad, dude. That's not bad at all. So basically just the Monday and 1 round on the Tuesday. Jeez. Yeah, if I get to an L2, that should be it. Don't even need the L2. I'm missing 59 6-star, including Thanos, Kang. Yeah, but those 3 don't count. And Immortal and Gold Pool. Yeah, so yeah, those 5 don't count. Odin smashing records? I don't think so. I think he's going to go high, but I don't think we're going to see him beating out Apocalypse. Well, no. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Because Apocalypse was prior to the changes they made in the fall, and ever since they made those changes, the arena scores have drastically gone down. And Apocalypse was 85 and 86, I think. It was in the 80s. But yeah, no, Odin's not going to go for that. If he himself was looking okay, so like if he had the damage potential that Cosmic Ghost Rider does, then maybe. Like if he had the damage potential of Cosmic Ghost Rider plus his pre-fighted synergies, then maybe I could see that. But yeah, the champion himself does not look appealing. Yeah, so I mean, all of those except, well, I guess in a sense, Weapon X you could say is a, well, for yeah, for some people it was absolutely a bot character. um, but yeah, all Thanos, Kang, and, okay, Goldpool, yeah, so those are all purchased. Immortal Iron Fist, no. OG Vision is purchased. So yeah, I wouldn't count ones that you can. And Weapon X, not so much, because I mean, it's not like that's the only way to get them. Obviously, people, put an effort, but there have been people who basically bought a Weapon X. But yeah, I wouldn't count those ones. Yes, I could absolutely see that since the changes. Well, I don't know. I don't think he's going to go for higher than Cosmic Ghost Rider, because Cosmic Ghost Rider went for about 64, 66, I think. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah. Let's bring it up here. Okay. Blow this up a little bit. Featured 5-star. People say he would go for 70 plus. Those people are lying. The people say he's going for 70 plus. I guarantee you, those people, they're not doing 70 plus in Arena. Let me finish this match and then have a quick look at the Arena history. I say that, but I don't know, man. Like, and so I'm part of the problem too, because I'm talking about it. I'm going for him, blah blah blah. But yeah, I really feel that the YouTubers they're going to cause him to go higher than he needs to go. Not 70 million, but still, whatever he goes for, it's higher than he's worth, I think. Okay, so Rich the Man is a liar. If he said 70 plus for Odin, yes, he's a liar. Okay, so Strife went for 66 and 54. Yeah, so Cosmic Ghost Rider went for 60 and 68. And he's been the highest since the change. And the change happened at the beginning of October. No. Yes. The change happened at the beginning of October. And prior to that, the highest was... Whoa. Wait, when was... What the hell? When was Apocalypse? Ah, here we go. Yeah, so prior to that, the highest was Apocalypse at 85 and 86. My grind for Apocalypse is going good. I'm at 1.9. And we have 22 more hours to go. Yeah, you'll be getting that 4-star Apocalypse. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say he's a liar, but he's wrong. How's that? Because yeah, like you could legitimately believe that, which would not be lying, but yeah, you're wrong. Or he's wrong. Yeah, so 86 was the previous high. And since then, 68. Odin is no way. I think realistically, high 50s. Yeah. Yeah, because even Strife, who had real use, or we thought, maybe he does, but I really haven't seen any videos of it, was mid-60s. And then he dropped substantially. But then again, that's a character who's only good for himself and was initially thought, an Aegon replacement. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see for sure. Nah, he's not going to smash record. Rich the Man cost me a void with his prediction. No, Rich the Man did not cost you a void. You may have gone off of what his predictions were, but that was your choice to follow that. You can't blame somebody else. 63 mil will get the champ. Those are just the talks and hypes to make people not grind for him. Yeah, maybe. After that, I just trust that man. He was no longer a credible source in my eyes. He became a fraud. A fraud, I tell you. So at the end of my stream, the end screen is the cutoffs for the previous arena, and so it has what I guessed, what the champ went for, and what the difference is. The Angela one, yeah, I think it was the Angela one. I had her at 48 million. I didn't think she was going to go for 48, but same thing. I'm going to say higher than I really think. But the first round, she went for 30 million. So anybody that went off of what my prediction was, their thumbs are pissed off at me. But they got the champion. So... sorry, I'm new on this game. What are you doing with the list? The list that I was just showing? So that's just a history of the arena cutoffs. So it shows like what the lowest score was for somebody who obtained the champion in that arena. So it just gives you an idea, or it can give you an idea of what you'd want to aim for depending on how hyped the champ is, what they do. So like if you see, for example, like Strife was a pretty hyped up champion for specific reasons. And if you look at what his score was, so if you see another champion who comes out who's kind of similar to Stripe, as in their hype, as in their use or whatever, or Stripe, then you could kind of have an idea of what they may go for. It gives you somewhat of an idea of what you want to aim for in the arena. And the cutoff, or that information is collected by, I think it's Marvel Trucos, and so after every arena round, they have people submit the scores that they got and what they achieved, and then they find what the lowest was that they received, and then they use those numbers to compile that list. I just got 4-star Morningstar. Is she good? Morningstar's pretty good. As a 4-star, depending on where you are in the game, her value would change. Like if you're, Act 4, Act 5. Act 5, maybe not so much, but Act 4, yeah, her value as a 4-star would be greater. But if you're looking, well, if you can't use her in Act 6, Act 7. So, yeah. Most people I talk to that are grinding for him, they all said they will put 61 to 66 for him, not a point more. So if that's what they expect him to go for, I guarantee you they're going higher. Not a ton higher, but if they expect him to go for 61, they're putting up 62 or 63. So them saying that, they're probably thinking 58, 60. You're on Act 2? Oh, yeah. If you're on Act 2, Morningstar as a 4-star is definitely a good champion. Also, how you doing, Mr. Monster? Oh, wait. You were on the Twitch side initially, weren't you? Yeah. You've come to the dark side, have you? Or the light side, I suppose. Depends how you look at it. Yeah, so I'm going to be aiming. I've never done a hardcore feature grind before. The only feature champion I've ever gone for was Rogue. And I got, yeah, I only went for her once. And I got her because, yeah, I was just trying to dupe her. And that was like 32 or 34 million, I think. And after I was like, never again. I mean, that was like 2 years ago. So never for me, I guess, is 2 years. I told you I was coming here. Yes, you did. Okay, I think I'm done with the 4 stars. once I'm done this final fight. Final fight. Oh, it's just after 11. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use up a bit of energy. Yeah, I'm going to save my 3 stars for later when I'm watching TV. So. Oh, when does AQ start back up? It's got to be tomorrow, I guess, eh? Yeah. So Valhalla is done. Mutant Rena is done. And we got item use. Oh, we got the double item use going. Yeah, we got the 1 day coming up, and we got the 3 day already active. All right. I don't think I have any Seek Stones in overflow. Yeah, I never grind for champs. I wait for them to be put in the featured 5-6 star, so it is easy for me to get and not get pissed if I miss them in arena, like coming 301. Yeah, dude, that would hurt. That would really. Maybe I shouldn't say anything, because for all I know, that could be me in a couple days. I know that there's a lot of champions that when you push your enemy against the wall, you can heavy attack, spam, and they're basically stuck. Yeah. So Magic's good for that because she'll power lock them, so that you don't have to worry about them throwing a special. Loki is sort of one of them. I don't know about Loki because he can't really do anything about their power. Well, I mean, yeah, he could definitely throw a few heavies, but he's not going to be able to power lock them. But yeah, Magic would be good for that for sure. Okay, so I do have a few 4-star Seeks that I should use up. And I'm going to need to use up these attack boosts. Sorry, the attack boosts I'm going to use during the Odin grind. Actually, I'm going to try to use all of my attack boosts for that because I've always got them in overflow and I don't have many areas they get to use them in. So, but let's go use up some energy. Go see if there's any energy refills in 536. Get started on that. So this is my usual farming team. And then depending on what path I take, I'll either have Claire on the team or a science champ. And I just got the champion. You just got the champion. Holy crap, dude. KT1 is putting out a ton of videos. Good for him. Damn. That is some commitment. Alright. Okay, so we got 1 energy refill there. Oh. Look at that. 2 energy refills on 1 path. It's like Christmas morning. So we'll get started. Use up a bit of energy. Getting through here. If this guy was duped or an R3, I think like that, when I'm getting the 10, 8, 5%, I think that would actually be the end of the match. Yeah, we'll use Cosmic. Ghost Rider. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, that's okay. There we go. That's fine, actually. It's fine. Mr. Bemore, how you doing? Drive by light, gotta get back to class. Geez, my 6-star luck has sucked. Last two were the champion and Carnage. Ooh. Condolences. Yeah, that's about all I can say. Whoa, Cosmic Ghost Rider, that looks badass. Yeah, dude, he's pretty cool. He's absolutely great. But in normal content, it could be a little bit tricky getting him to what you want him to do. But for farming, oh, dude, he is so fast. He is so fast. My one problem, though, is like for farming, it's a specific synergy team, specific rotation. So whenever I'm not farming with him, it throws me off for a couple seconds because I like forget how to play outside of farming. But yeah, you can get through a lane in here in about 6 minutes with him. Like if you just sit down and just knock it out. Which I mean, think 6 minutes for 2 energy refills? Dude, that's not bad. Not bad at all. And you can pretty much do the same speed with a 5-star. So this is a rank 2 6-star. I did it with I did a video on farming this with a 4-star and with a 5-star. And who should I choose out of my Nexus, Mags, Claire? Are you serious? NBA, if you're serious that's who your choice is, join my Discord and put in a screenshot. But I am absolutely not going to suggest on who to pick. I am absolutely not going to suggest who to pick. I'm sorry. And also, I hate you a little bit. I would go for Claire. Yeah, that's who I would go for. My quick reasoning for it is I have a... Well, no, this is about you. So I would go for Claire, but depending on what you want to get done, that could alter who you would want to go for. If you run Suicides, Claire and Warlock are good considerations. Mags is still an okay consideration. If you don't run Suicides, Mags' value would go up more between those three. Warlock is going to do some things. I know who Warlock is, but who's Claire? So Claire, okay, I'll actually do the next 2 fights with Claire. So this is. Oh wait, is this a 6-star or a 5-star you're talking about, Nexus? Either way, it's a pretty damn good Nexus, but also bad because when you get 3 really good champions like that, it makes a difficult decision. But yeah, either way, if that's who you have in your Nexus, take a screenshot, join my Discord, leave the screenshot. You don't have to stay on the Discord if you don't want. But yeah, that's a crazy Nexus. So anyway, so Claire has 3 different phases, and you change her phase by just ending a combo with a light attack. Each phase that she's in will allow her to do damage over time, and she becomes immune to that type of damage. So she can do, she has a bleed phase, a poison phase, and an incinerate phase. And when she is in each of them, so for example, when she's in her, blood? Curse of Blood, I think is what it's called. She can heal up from her L2. Claire is just Black Widow. Yeah, but not like the skill Black Widow. Like she doesn't do what that champion does. But in her Blood Curse or whatever it's called, on her L2 she'll heal. If she's in the poison phase, she does a power steal. And if she's in the Inferno or Incinerate phase, she does a ton of damage, and she'll do like a Nullify as well. And she can also prevent, like a Fate Seal, where she can prevent the opponent from gaining buffs. So one of the reasons why she's valuable, or I value her with Suicides, is because she can become poison or bleed immune. She can heal up. So if you're taking recoil damage. Okay, so here, we'll do the L2 and you'll see that I do a bit of a power drain. So, I mean, it's not spectacular, but hey, why not? So he should be done. So yeah, so like I said, if it were me, I would take Claire, but it really depends on your masteries and what you've got ahead of you. So, and also, well, actually, none of them need to be awakened. I think Mags might benefit the most of those three, but it's not a requirement for any of them. All right, well, that is it for me. Let's see who we can hit up with a bit of...
There's just one thing.
What's that?
Raid's here.
Raid!
Oh, this just in. Apparently, it's Raid.
Alright, so we'll go hit up Mr. Shadow. He's doing some of 622. So let's go on over with the hashtag as per usual. And there is his URL. Let's see if we got anybody going strong on Twitch. For MCOC. Looks like Shadow might be the only one on Twitch as well. Yeah, so everybody else that I'm seeing... Oh, that's interesting. So it's saying that there's 96... Oh, okay. Yeah. So everybody else on the Twitch side is non-English, so... Yeah, but head on over, say hello to Mr. Shadow. Hit that like if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to him, and... Yeah, there you go. But yeah, thanks for coming, hanging out, and keeping me company. And I will be back tomorrow for a bunch of nonsense, so maybe see you guys then. Alright, have a good one. Take care.